Bravo is really disappointing me and my homegirls. These shows are not giving right now. Even though Married to Medicine is light years better than Potomac, I'm still not really enjoying it like that. But we're going to go ahead and do what we came here to do, and let's talk about Married to Medicine. Let's get into it, y'all. And what's going on, y'all? This be your boy, Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new review of Married to Medicine, all right? I don't even know what number episode this is, child, but we're here live from Mississippi in the old bedroom, y'all. I'll be going back to the A tomorrow. But yes, we're here to talk about Married to Medicine. But before we do, y'all do know what tonight is, okay? Tonight is Monday night, which means that we got the Whether You Like It or Not panel tonight, and it will be over on Give You the Real Teas platform. So make sure you guys tune in to the Whether You Like It or Not panel right after you watch this video, and then I'll be giving you guys a Love and Hip Hop Miami review tomorrow. I get up early enough to watch the show, and then I give you guys a review, and then I'll be headed back to Atlanta in time for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And also on Wednesday, be sure to tune in to Roasted Review. We will be over on T's platform to discuss the Part 2 reunion of Bell Collective, and then on Thursday, be sure to tune in to the Chasing Panel podcast with me, Jamar, Carl, Tramiel, T, and Jeremy. And then on Friday night, be sure to tune in to the one-off, which is the Mississippi Collective, featuring myself, Millie Chan, and Jay Evans Official. Be sure to tune in as we give you guys a Bell Collective wrap-up and what we anticipate for the future of Bell Collective. All right. So that's pretty much all that we got for the church announcements and everything that we got coming up this week. So let's go ahead and get into the mess, y'all. Let me show y'all my notes, because y'all know I keep my notes on my phone. Here we go right here. Here go all my notes. So let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. So we pick up where we left off 2 weeks ago when the show was last on, where we was talking about Dr. Jackie, well, not Dr. Jackie, but Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Contesta about to get into a fist fight. And I'm telling y'all right now, I really feel like when it come down to it, Dr. Heavenly was going to get her ass kicked. I can't tell you that enough. Dr. Heavenly was gonna get her ass completely kicked and beat, okay? Like for real. She was gonna get her ass beat. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Y'all can tell I moved kind of. Y'all see that empty ass shoe stand back there? Ain't really nothing back. The only thing you see right there is my jacket, but that's an empty ass shoe stand, child. Okay. But y'all can tell I done moved. But anyway, where we at? So she was gonna get her ass kicked. But Jackie says that Dr. Heavenly needs to take accountability for the shit that she said. And I'm glad to hear Dr. Jackie tell Dr. Heavenly that she needs to take accountability, but we already know that she's not going to take accountability. And we already know that y'all don't like to hold her ass accountable for nothing that she says and does. And I think that that's the fucked up nature of this whole thing. Y'all allow her to get away with so much shit, and it's really nauseating. And Contessa is saying that she feels like they are making Heavenly's behavior okay. And they are making her behavior okay. They always say, oh, that's just Heavenly. Oh, don't pay Heavenly no mind. Oh, Heavenly, that's just what Heavenly does. Heavenly just does that. Heavenly just does this. But it's like, to me, it's like, when are y'all going to say Heavenly needs to shut the fuck up? When are y'all going to say, Heavenly, you wrong for that? When are y'all going to say that Heavenly needs to watch what the fuck she say? When are y'all going to say that? When are y'all going to say that? Because I just think that that's completely wrong and unfair for people to constantly allow Dr. Heavenly to get away with the heinous ass bullshit that she constantly says about everybody else. It's not cool, it's not right, and it ain't okay, and we ain't going to make it anyway, because she constantly keeps doing the same old bullshit, and it's not right. Y'all need to put her ass on her place or call her out on her shit. But the more y'all continue to allow her to do it, she's going to continue to do it. All this your mama and all that disgusting shit that she be saying, it all needs to be cut out. And I'm just telling y'all what I feel. Y'all know I like Dr. Heavenly. You know, I'm Miss to Millions last year, thank you for the opportunity, but I'm going to keep it 100. She needs to stop that shit because it's not cool and it ain't right. Stop trying it. And this group needs to hold her ass accountable. Stop saying that's just Heavenly. It's not just Heavenly. It's just bullshit. And that's what y'all need to learn and understand. So then Quad and Phaedra, they start calling Heavenly out for the mama comment. Like Quad was like, I don't like you talking about people mama. I don't like that yo mama shit. You need to cut it out with the yo mama stuff. Once again, Quad holding her accountable. And I feel like she's probably the only one that's really willing to call Heavenly out on her shit. But even though she calls Heavenly out on her shit, I do think that she's more forgiving to Heavenly than she is to anybody else. Real shit, because she'll call Heavenly out on her stuff, but at the same point in time, she'll forgive her. But there's other people in the group that probably has said way less than what Heavenly said, but she's not that quick to forgive. It's like when it came down to Mariah, and once again, y'all know I ain't no fan of Mariah ass at all, but the truth is the truth. We still really don't know what the basis is of the breakdown between her and Mariah at all. We still really don't know. And at this point, most of us probably don't really give a damn, but we still don't know the basis of that. But at the same point in time, it's like whatever she did is pretty much very minuscule at this point compared to the shit that Dr. Heavenly has said and fucking done. I'm just being honest when I say that shit, for real. So I don't know, but yeah, I do think that although there are, people like Quad will call her out, they still let her get away with stuff. They're easier to forgive her than they are to forgive anybody else. And that's just me. Quad asked Dr. Heavenly, was your apology real, or was you only apologizing to me just to pacify me? Good question, because these girls in this group, sometimes they apologize and they really don't mean that shit. So I don't blame you for asking the question at hand. Is the apology real, or was you trying to pacify me? Because if you were trying to pacify me, then that ain't gonna work for me. It's just not gonna work for me if that's what you were trying to do. So then Quad starts crying and she called them out. She had her Tyler Perry moment, her Shonda Rhimes moment, and told them how she felt about how they threw her out to the woods after that Napa trip. And the thing about it is, Phaedra really don't give a fuck about Quad crying. She over there rolling them book ass eyes of hers, like she really don't care about what Quad is saying. And I find that to be a little bit fucked up. I'm not gonna sit up here and tell you no lies. I do think that that's fucked up, that Phaedra, who was supposed to be Quad's friend, who brought her into this group, you really don't give a fuck about how she felt in that moment, but you don't give a fuck because you was a part of that moment yourself. So I just feel like Phaedra always shows us that she fake as fuck and she's not to be trusted and she ain't really nobody's friend and she's just here for a paycheck. She ain't here to do no damn work. And once again, all this talk about Phaedra reviving Married to Medicine, what is she reviving? Because she's not working. She's not doing anything. So why is it that y'all be giving her so much praise for the little shit that she do? She ain't doing nothing but rolling her eyes in the background. She ain't doing nothing but saying little shit in her confessionals, the same shit that she did on Real Housewives of Atlanta, which is why I don't understand why everybody gave her so much praise for that show either. But again, I don't want to make this a Phaedra bashing session at all, although I don't mind. But at the same point in time, it's like, girl, what is she really doing to amplify this show or revive it, as she would say? Nothing. I can answer that. Nothing. She ain't doing shit. So why does everybody keep giving her everything? But whatever. But I'm gonna need Quad to either forgive these motherfuckers or let that shit go. Because we know how you feel about Napa, and you got every right to feel that way about Napa because they did do you dirty. They did do you dirty in Napa. They did. But either you're gonna forgive and forget, or you're going to forgive and never forget, or you just need to shut the hell up about it and think about the fact that this ain't doing nothing but reminding you of the shit that all y'all did to crunchy edges ass Mariah. Because as much as I don't like her, you was a part of that whole situation when they decided to vote her out and not film with her and iced her out. You was a part of that, and now you know how that shit feel. So yeah, girl, you might need to think about your actions in the past and think about it being your karma in a sense. Stop all that damn crying and either get with it or get fucking lost, okay? Because I'm going to tell you one time, I'm going to let it go now. If I say I'm going to let this shit go, I mean it. But if you want to keep going with it, you can keep going with it. I'm not going to keep talking about this shit, period. So Contesta and Phaedra, they start talking about what happened last night, and they just feel as though things went awry, and Contesta is still really not feeling anything in regards to Heavenly. She feels like Heavenly be on that bullshit. She be on that fuck shit. She's always being disrespectful and nobody ever holds her accountable. And I agree with Dr. Contesta when she says that I've been saying it from the very beginning. They never hold Heavenly accountable. They think that this shit is funny, but I feel like they know that she's an asset to the show, so they just let her do what she do. Jackie says that she wants to change the energy involving this trip and everything that's going on, and she starts talking about the second annual Med Gala. Quad says that she feels like there was some progress made and she just wants to leave it there, and I agree. Contesta says that Heavenly knew about her mother. Contesta says that Heavenly knew about the relationship that her and her mother had, and the fact that she would say, yo, mama, and bring up my mama in this conversation was really disheartening. So that's why she felt the way that she felt in regards to Dr. Heavenly speaking on her mama. But anybody would feel some type of way about you speaking on a mama, like whether they're dead or alive. Because one thing about it, I feel like this: if we're having a tongue tussle, you keep that shit on me. You ain't got to bring my mom into this situation. You ain't got to bring my relatives in it. They ain't got nothing to do with your issue with me at all. Like, absolutely nothing to do with your issue with me. It's all about me. So if you're going to read me. You ain't got to read my mama. You ain't got to read my brother. You ain't got to, even my sister. Even, you ain't got to read none of them. Now, it's maybe some family members that I don't give a fuck about you reading. Like my grandmama, you can read her all day. I don't really give a fuck about that. Say whatever you want to say about her ass, because I probably would be in agreement with your ass. But at the end of the day, it's still, just don't bring up family members and shit like that, because none of that shit is cool. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah. Heavenly says that she was wrong. But although Heavenly is saying that she's wrong, one thing about it, Heavenly gonna go right back to what she already did. So she can sit up here and say that she's wrong all she wants to, but that doesn't mean that she's gonna stop. You know, yeah, acknowledgement is one thing, but actually stopping the shit that you're doing is another thing. And that's something that she hasn't quite mastered. Okay, like for real. So it is what it is. I don't get it. I don't understand. But you know, it is what it is. Let's see what else is going on here. Let me see. What we at with it? Quad then says, listen, because you didn't like it when such and such said whatever about your mama and all that stuff, so you don't need to bring that to nobody else. And once again, I agree with Quad. If you don't want nobody talking about your folks or your mama or anything like that, or your son or whatever, then you don't need to, you know, be so quick to say something about somebody else's family members. But it also goes to Contessa too, because she brought up the fact that her kids don't like her, and that, you know, she got to buy their love and all this other stuff and shit like that. So I do feel like there's some accountability on both ends. Just like Dr. Heavenly needs to stop talking about people's mama, Contessa don't need to bring up her kids and what she does for her kids. They're still out of line and out of pocket. Stop bringing that up. Stop bringing up folks' relationships with their children. Like, it's not cool to do that. Stop doing that. You feel what I'm saying? So everybody needs to leave everybody else's family up out of it. That's just really what it boils down to. So yes, I agree. When people say Contessa brought up her kids, she did, and she shouldn't have. But we also need to hold Heavenly accountable for the shit that she says and does too. Okay, like for real, because she does it all the time and gets away with it. Let's see where we at. Heavenly says that she doesn't know where the relationship with Contessa stands, and Phaedra says that Heavenly is a mean girl, which is quite funny how she's calling somebody else out for being a damn mean girl, but set up here and made a whole damn lie up about her own best friend on national TV. But you want to call somebody a fucking mean girl? The hypocrisy of it all. This is why I don't like this fake ass Southern Belle shit that she be on. This is why I don't like Phaedra. She phony as fuck. I just hate to see her coming. She just gets on my nerves. I just hate to see her ass coming. She gets on my nerves. I can't stand her. She fake as fuck, and I can't. I can't, baby. I can't. Contessa says that she's fine with the distance. It doesn't have to be no argument anymore for the rest of the trip. She's cool with it being distant. She's done with the situation. So then Scott, Cecil, and Dr. G, they go motorbike riding. Scott says that he starts talking about the whole practice with Contessa and how that's going. And then they start talking about the beef with Dr. Heavenly and Sweet Tea. So then we skip over to Eugene and Damon, and they start discussing the tension between G and Dr. Damon. I feel like Dr. Damon is completely fucked up for the way he's been treating Dr. G, especially when his wife is the biggest motherfucking problem in this whole little situation. And I'm trying to understand, where did Dr. Damon get these balls from? Because literally he been quiet all these motherfucking years, and all of a sudden he got so much to say and want to be in charge of the girls. But I'm gonna need for you to calm the fuck down, because Dr. G really didn't do anything to you. So I don't get why you're being so dismissive and disrespectful to that goddamn man. He didn't do nothing to you. Is it just me? But I feel like Dr. Damon is completely out of fucking bounds. He is, and I ain't with that. Eugene says that he feels that Damon is being dismissive. So Damon then says, is that what he's saying? And then Eugene said, no, this is what I'm saying. I feel like you're being dismissive. And I'm like, yes, tell him, because he is being motherfucking dismissive. And Eugene feels like G has a lot of conflict. You know, he just got married. Then his new wife is in a group of girls with his ex-wife. So he got a lot going on. And, you know, I just feel like Dr. Damon really does really owe him a motherfucker. Like, he owes Dr. G a fucking apology. Dr. G didn't do nothing to him, and that's on period. Contesta then calls out the gaslighting within the group. She feels like everybody be sitting up here trying to act like what Heavenly does is okay and is not okay at all. And she's over it. She's over it. She's tired of everybody allowing Dr. Heavenly to get away with everything. And I think that that's a fair trade. I mean, I feel like it is wrong of everybody to sit up here and allow her to get away with so much shit. It's not cool and it's not right. And everybody needs to know that. Like, let it the fuck go. You know, like, call her ass out. But then when she do it to y'all, then that's when everybody want to have something to say about it. Like, get the fuck out of here. Phaedra says that Atlanta is where they need to actively resolve all the issues. But Heavenly says that they don't need to actively resolve shit. Just let it be organic. Then Sweet Tea says, well, Heavenly, do you think that you need to stop it with the mama insults? And then everybody wants Sweet Tea to shut the fuck up. But I don't think that she needs to. Because she's asking a question that everybody needs to ask. I'm tired of y'all trying to baby girl Sweet Tea. I'm sorry, but she ain't doing nothing no different than what Toya be doing. Because in that situation, Toya would have been the one to ask that same question. Ain't nobody got to read no motherfucking room when it come down to Heavenly, because Heavenly don't read the motherfucking room herself. So why are we reading a room every time it comes down to Dr. Heavenly? Absolutely not. Absolutely the hell not. I don't understand that. Absolutely not. I'm here for Sweet Tea, and I agree with what she said. But because of Sweet Tea, don't nobody want to talk about it. So then when it came down to Contesta and Scott says that Curtis had called him and told him that Jackie went airborne, and Contesta said that's not what happened. And then, you know, she was talking about how Heavenly keeps saying that Scott is abusive and he's tired of Dr. Heavenly saying that. And then Contesta lied though, because she said that, you know, Heavenly said fuck that bitch when it came out to her mama. I don't know. I know she said something about your mama or whatever, but I don't know. She said fuck your mama, and I don't remember her saying fuck that bitch. I don't recall her saying that. I think Contesta just putting more paprika on this meal. That's what I believe. But everything else she was right with. When it come down to Jackie and Phaedra is helping her with the mid gala, and Jackie said that Phaedra ain't even been answering her text messages. But clear as day, this event finna be a shit show, because it already looks like Phaedra is not doing what she's supposed to do, really. But that's really all that I got for this episode of Married to Medicine. Like I said, it was slightly better than Potomac, but Bravo is really not doing it for me right now. And I was very excited for them to come back. It sucks when you got, what all I review? I review Beverly Hills, Potomac, Married to Medicine, Love and Hip Hop Miami, and Bell Collective, and Love and Marriage Huntsville. Now, to all those shows that I review, the only ones that's giving me anything is Love and Hip Hop Miami and Bell Collective. Those are the only two that's giving me what I need, okay? And that's just about it. But that's it, y'all. I'm finna get up out of here. Me and my brother, we're about to go to the Mexican restaurant. I wish that I could drink, but I'm on hydrocodone right now because of the dentist, so I can't drink shit. But me and him going out to eat. He gonna be drinking, and I'm gonna be paying for every goddamn thing. But that's all right, because I that's what I do for my baby brother. But with that being said, I'm out of here. Make sure you guys support everybody on the Whether You Like It or Not panel tonight. Reggie will be the special guest, and I'm out of here. Until the next one, I'll talk to you guys a little bit later. Bye.